Oh, okay. You can't even target itself. Okay. Yeah,
No, so it's
definitely.
just a search target.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to YCS London 2017. We are in the top 32.
I'm not getting in on that. Don't even look at me for support.
So, what we want to do is we're in the top 32, as tradition dictates. We're going to have a look at the deck breakdown. So let's go to our stats tool.
Hold on. Take a minute. Hold your breath. Let's see if you're surprised by the results.
Okay, we'll look at round one first.
Oh, I was hoping that you didn't say that, and then Matt would just be like, "What? What a weird deck breakdown."
Again, that other really needs to be nerfed. I need to look into that. I'm going to write a note. We'll take care of that. Don't worry, guys.
Okay, we'll look at end of day one. As you can see, not much change apart from Infernoid jumping out.
Are you kidding? The other decks got battered. That's a definite change.
Okay, let's look before top 32.
Yep.
Okay. And now at the top 32. Let's go. Let's do this.
Here we are, everyone. We're witnessing a moment.
There
Hey,
we go.
a little bit more diverse. There's
Is that a
dark
dark magician?
Are you serious?
There's a dark magician in top 32?
How have we not seen this?
Why is it not being featured? Is my next question.
Okay, I've got a feeling that someone's accidentally put
Pendulum
Dark
Magician is
Magician
Dark
instead
Magician.
of Pendulum Magician.
Okay.
I hope not.
That-
I'd love to see a
There's,
final Dark
there's
Magician.
3 other decks listed here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So others still doing well. You still have to look into it.
Okay, let's swiftly move on. We may re-show that next round.
I blame Luke.
Okay.
Luke, you're responsible for this.
No. It's, okay.
So there's the UK showing a strong showing there, obviously it being in the same country as all of the players. Germany, then Italy, looking under day one.
Yeah. End of day one. Sorry, I'm completely on tilt now. What are we doing? Okay.
Okay, so we've got less than half the players for the UK, but it's still then Germany, Italy. Still, the order hasn't really changed that much. Next, and top 32. We have 9 from Italy, 9 from the UK, 4 from Germany, 2 from Switzerland, 2 from Greece, 1 from Denmark, New Zealand, Latvia, Bulgaria, and 3 others. So we actually have a very, very diverse top 32 there.
Do we have a list of our top 32 players to show the guys?
Yeah, we could actually. Let's do that.
Because that's the part you guys are probably really caring about. Who topped?
Let's go to our top 32. So here's our bracket, as you can see.
Charlie Barberi, he did make it.
Oh, Vladis there. Vladis actually lives in Ireland.
Yeah.
Going through the list, we've got quite a few people that we've already featured
Michael
this weekend.
Fauna, Federico Zappini. Well, that's
also
going to be an
good.
interesting match.
Jesse Cotton did also make it from Canada.
Oh,
He's playing against the New Zealand representative, so that's actually one from outside of our borders that we've got in.
we are actually showing the match just above that, which is Carmen Buttiglieri. It's like a tongue twister to me. And then we have Max Hanuschik. I believe I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? Maybe. And they're playing Spiral versus Pendulum Magician. So I think without further ado, we should go over to our table.
Yeah.
Okay, so the handshake's going.
We're watching a Spiral Mirror match. No, it's
Yep, Spiral versus
Spiral
Pendulum Magician.
My apologies. All right, guys. I do see an Ash Blossom in Max's opening hand. So that's fine if he's going second as well. He's got 2 copies. I can't quite make out the rest of the cards in his hand. He does have the... Can I borrow this, please, so I can remember all the card names correctly?
Yeah, sure.
And then horribly butcher them for all of our listeners.
The Magicians are pretty easy.
Time Pendulum Graph? No, the Magicians
He
are.
has 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, a Time Pendulum Graph, Performer Pal, Skullcrabat Joker, and Wisdom Eye Magician. Skullcrabat Joker coming down as one of the most standard plays that we had for Pendulum Magician, even way back when.
Should have just waited for that. Let Robert...
Yeah, that's actually a pretty...
Just let Robert do that. Oh, Rob, I'll be back in 10 minutes. You're good. You're good. You got this. You got this.
If he had a Star Pendulum Graph in his opening hand as well, that would be pretty much God hand at this point. Unless has he just decided not to even do anything?
I think we're waiting for Carmelo's response. Carmelo doesn't actually have any response.
No, he did actually just pass turn.
Pass. Okay.
Yeah, he pitched the Ash. You can see.
Ash. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he can't really do anything else from there.
Terraforming, going to go and get that Spiral Resort.
And then there's also Blackwing Gofu to consider as well. Very, very strong to play into this. Luke, tell me a bit about these players. What were they doing this time last year?
So this time last year,
Or rather, their last season performance.
yeah. Okay, I thought my Python just crashed, but no. So yes, Carmelo was our previous year's Worlds competitor. So not necessarily this season that I'm just about to talk about now. But yeah, he was pretty good at Worlds. He's got a 65% win ratio over 8 tournaments, mostly YCSs, a couple of regionals in Cologne, Frankfurt, and then we have Max.
I believe that Max was actually second place in his national championships.
Yeah, we were told by one of our German judges got second place. I don't actually I recognize him, so he must be showing up at quite a few events. But seemingly his last season was only 3 events with a 72% win ratio.
3 events, were they YCSs or just regionals?
Rimini, and then a regional in Leipzig, and then the Berlin WSQ.
Okay, so not really a lot of data going from Max from last season, but finishing in the final places of the German National Championship, you could argue between that and the Italian National Championship are the 2 most difficult to actually see success at. In fact, so much so that even players like Marcello avoid it and go to France instead, because they think it's actually softer competition.
Well, our Italian players are some of the best in the world.
Absolutely, they are some of the best from Europe. We can actually see it in the results and the breakdown for how many that travelled over to what converted into the top 32 slots. We've seen numerous European champions hailing from Italy. We've seen plenty of success from that side. And the same with Germany as well.
Now, the Link Spider now going into
Coral Dragon.
Coral Dragon. Just giving it a quick read there.
Yeah, Max is picking up and double checking the card. That's actually one of the things we can't do. I can't sort of reach through the screen and just pick up their cards, which would be super helpful.
Well, I can show you the card if you'd like.
No, I'm just making a point.
What, that we haven't
that I don't have
teleportation technology.
That I don't have special powers. Yeah.
Right. We all knew that.
I know, but I needed to hear it. I needed to say it to believe it.
Right. Okay.
Just a millennial. There's nothing special about that.
How could mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
Sorry? I didn't catch
So it
that.
hits the back row?
Yeah. I actually didn't even hear what you said then, but...
I said, how could mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
We're getting into dangerously into Matrix territory. Drone coming back, that's going to rearrange the top 3 cards of Max's deck, so Max can expect to get the worst possible draw. He's not committed to using either of his Ash Blossoms yet. I believe he might be waiting for a double Helix to commit that. But actually, what's really rough for Carmelo is the sheer number of monsters that Max is playing, and almost any of the magicians that Max would draw allows him to then do things with his Wisdom Eye Magician. So the drone in this particular matchup might not be able to give the worst card unless there's one of these huge number of hand traps sitting on top of Max's deck. I like that. He's so protective of his tokens, he hasn't even taken them out of the wrapper.
They're actually the tokens the judges have provided.
Oh, there you go.
That's why they're judge tokens.
Yeah.
Is it still lightly played if it's in the plastic?
No.
Okay.
Impossible to be lightly played. It is always mint condition in the plastic.
But you can keep playing it and then say, yeah, it's not. It's mint. It's not been played.
Yeah. That's exactly how that works.
There you go.
Who'd have thunk it?
Probably every sensible person who was listening, but I needed to know that.
Yeah.
Harmonizing Magician on the top. We're going to see double Helix. Most likely going to see the Ash Blossom save for the double Helix. I've heard from a lot of players saying you wait for the double Helix to use Ash Blossom. Using it at any point before then, you are gambling that your opponent doesn't still secure the double Helix. In actual fact, what other cards does Max have in his hand?
Max has in his hand an Ash Blossom, Joy Spring, and a Wisdom Eye Magician.
And Carmelo?
Spiral Gear, Last Resort, and Psyframe Driver.
That's actually super cool, because that now means that his turn isn't going to go much further because the double helix has been shut down. I think this is the first. Is this the first time this weekend we're seeing people actually waiting for the helix, even when they had 2 Ash Blossom?
Yes, actually.
They're just checking. I think it's. Did Carmelo forget to draw a card from the?
No, I think that he made it with the token.
Which card did he? Oh, the Deco Talker.
Yeah.
Oh no! You can't do that.
It's 2+ effect monsters.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He can't do that.
You're right.
Yeah, it's got to only be effect monsters.
Okay. So he needed to. In fact, he couldn't have even made a Link Spider, could he? Because it would have. He would have had his extra deck zone jammed.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think we're gonna have a bit of a rewind here.
The question is, did he draw the card off of Coral Dragon? It's actually the slightly more repairable in this situation. Okay, Max is also will complain that he's had to give up information in the middle of resolving this.
Yeah. There's quite a lot that's gone wrong here.
Yeah, because if Carmelo's drawn, we actually can check the order because the app masters that we see in the back will know
Have all
what
that
they put in.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he actually can't get to Deco Talker. In fact, display, he can still do it if he uses a token in the Link Spider to make Proxy Dragon and then makes Deco Talker.
Yeah, this is the game state here.
Yeah, the Deco... okay, yeah. Yeah, he uses a token in the Coral Dragon to make Proxy Dragon, then he can carry on with the turn and still make that play, but you'd have a Proxy Dragon in play. But now his turn is super awkward because he knows there's the Ash Blossom in Max's hand. So he might actually just throw those 4 monsters into like a Firewall Dragon or something instead, which would be super unfortunate because that kind of pollutes the game at that point.
Yeah.
Probably going to be seeing a warning issued as well now.
Yeah, both players have got a PE minor.
Failing to maintain the game state.
Have we got Decoder Talker that we can bring up?
Yes. No.
Just get him out of the data storm.
No, I do not.
That's because he's not on the field now.
Yeah, they just removed it literally as I went to go and press there. Which is why you got a lovely view of Link Spider for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Decoder Talker is
Yeah, 2+
got a-
effect monsters.
all effect monsters.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to make the Proxy Dragon.
Yeah.
Now has to come out there reconsidering his options after making a little bit of a mistake.
A tactical error.
At least it was caught and corrected. Yeah, please put that back in your deck.
He actually looks like destroyed about this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his whole turn is
He now has
a
to.
complete mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
What's-
has to completely rethink everything he has to do from here.
What's more frustrating is he's getting pretty close to getting a slow play warning now.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate because now that the Ash Blossom information has been surrendered from Max. No, he's taking a look at Baller Dragon and... Yep, I know he's just had the reset, but he needs to commit to a play. Dangerously close to getting a slow play warning at this point.
Yeah, to be honest, if I was a judge in this situation, I'd be a bit lenient on him just purely because of, him having to completely repair that is.
Ancient Fairy Dragon. See, now he's going to go down a different line because we know the Ash Blossom is there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at least he still drew that driver. That was a little bit unfortunate that he now knew that that was a really bad draw, but still had a draw.
Quick fix.
Destroying the field spells. Going to search for another Spiral Resort.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Does he not play Proxy Dragon?
He does play Proxy Dragon.
Why didn't he not just go Coral plus
Yeah, he could have made...
token into Proxy Dragon?
I think it's maybe because the replay has completely thrown him off what he was doing.
I think he knew it, but the problem is that he knew if he went to double Helix, the Ash Blossom ends his turn. But he has that information now, and he's had a rewind that's been accepted.
Yeah.
So he's now got to play around that. Now the double Helix is possible to go through. If the token of the Ancient Fairy Dragon were used to... actually, the arrows on double Helix would still make that a little bit awkward.
Actually, he can't summon double Helix right now.
He's got 2 Spiral Monsters, but you'd have to get rid of the... If he made Proxy Dragon using Ancient Fairy Dragon and token,
Yeah.
he could, but then his arrows aren't pointing in favorable positions to make the most of the double Helix because he's set up on the wrong side of the field. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are probably going through his head right now after that mix-up. Because it would have been a lot better with a Decode Talker. No, wait, he could still do that. Yeah, he can just make the Proxy Dragon, then make Decode Talker, and then make it, because he's seen the Ash has been used this turn.
Yeah. This is getting super controversial in chat as opposed to what happened with this rewind. Like, if both players here are looking at the same field, it's up to both players to make sure what's happening is correct.
Yeah.
Like, that is how the game works. So, you know, it's... Yeah, we saw that he ashed, and at that point, it was actually better for the Pendulum player, but it wasn't correct, and it was rewindable.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't use a token, Quick Fix, and Proxy Dragon.
So, seems to have an issue with it. Yeah, just having a few problems this game.
Yeah, both players have all been thrown off a bit by this.
I think Carmelo's tilting a little bit here. He's panicking because he's obviously in the top 32. He's made a rather major error.
He has a crowd sitting just opposite him.
Yeah, he's tried to correct it, and now where you've got to sort of get out of that sense and then make sure your placements are right, because the Spiral deck is a deck where if you put your cards in the wrong zones, you can just end your turn. So this might be a sign of tilt.
Okay, Quick Fix and Proxy Dragon. Going into...
That's a legal Decode Talker.
There we go.
Let's see. Well, I guess we just have to move on from this point. This is super
Got some
unfortunate.
attacks through.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't special summon from his hand with Ancient Fairy Dragon. So yeah, these attacks going to come in 23. Only going to do, what was that? 500 over the Performer Pal, and then he's got 1920. Say attack Ancient Fairy Dragon. Is it 2300?
I can check for you.
What's that?
21.
Ancient
I
Fairy?
can't check for you.
Yeah,
Ancient Fairy, I think it's 23.
I think it's either 24 or 21.
Wouldn't it use 700 over the Skullcrabat with Decode?
Oh, he's got. Sorry, yeah, I
it'd
didn't
be
calculate the
1200,
fact.
wouldn't
He's also got the additional 500 attack. Yeah, so
it's on 3000 attack at the moment.
Yeah.
Against over 1800.
yeah, so it's 1200. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, Ancient Fairy is 21.
21. Okay.
I think it's 23 or 21. When he said 21, I thought, I'm going to check.
So now finally Max gets a go.
He's actually in a really tough spot. He just drew a Harmonized Magician.
Yes, but he does have a Wisdom Eye Magician.
It's not one card scale, though.
Harmonized Magician, what's its pendulum effect? Because we always see it pendulum summons. We don't.
Increases the attack of all monsters on the field by the number of face-up magicians.
No.
No, that's Wisdom Eye.
If a card would be destroyed...
Yeah, it's
if
on
you
the
have
other magician.
Yeah, you could destroy this card and place one Pendulum Magician monster. Yeah, you're always playing the Pendulum Zone.
That's Wisdom Eye. We're talking about the other card in his hand.
Oh, right, it's not come up yet. Yeah, it gains 100 for each Magician Pendulum monster.
Scale 8 as well. Okay.
Yeah. So he has got a scale, but he's only going to get to summon like 2 monsters. Well, just 1 monster, in fact.
Because that's how links work. Master Rule number 4.
What cards does Carmelo have in his hand?
He still has the Spiral Last Resort and a Spiral Gear Drone.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Max, what's Max playing in his extra deck? He's got some interesting choices in there. I was wondering if he had Black Rose, but yeah, because he can get add back one of his cards. Party Perform Pal, Pendulum. Yep, sorry, never mind. He's going to add back the Magician. That makes sense. And now he's got a Pendulum Summon for 2 guys, so he can now make a rank 4 play.
Skullcrat and Wisdom Eye.
Yeah, so at the very least he can go into like Star Time.
He's also got some of the dark versions of the dragons from Arc 5. Like this one. Card first time we're seeing this weekend. I think that is Supreme King Dark Rebellion. Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. He's actually much stronger than the original Dark Rebellion dragon.
Yeah.
It is a targeting effect though, so that is a problem. Because Deco Talker can... Oh, he's going to make the attack.
Well, he just attacks over the Super Agent first.
I just have to look at... Yeah, you got the text there?
Yep. Once per turn before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, detach 1 material from this card until the end of the turn. Change the attack of that face-up opponent's monster to 0. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of that.
Oh, he actually can't summon it because Wisdom Eye is a light monster. And you need to use 2 dark monsters to summon it.
Yep.
Oh dear.
So it wasn't that.
I think the materials are becoming a real issue this weekend.
Yeah, it just seemed that way.
Guys, if you're at home and you're planning to go to a big regional, please review the materials of all of your extra deck monsters.
And indeed, the entire effect of them.
Yeah, that's also very
Just
helpful.
make sure to read your cards. Your cards will help you. Imagine it like the spirit monster just behind you.
I don't know if this is a bit of nerves or something, but both players have kind of made a bit of a mess of their turns.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, Utopia the Lightning is a potential option for Max.
Yeah. I can't believe how much of a mess this game has been.
It has been quite a big mess.
For a top 32 as well, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Is that Utopia the Lightning?
That is Utopia the Lightning.
Hulk.
Ancient Fairy Dragon getting cleared up. However, the Spiral Resort is still on Carmelo's side of the field. So that is a gigantic problem for Max. Didn't even look at his next card. He just put it to one side and then activates the Spiral Resort. Goes for Sleeper because he already sees how he's going to win the game. And yep, Max is going to pick up his cards.
Yeah, so we're going into game 2. Carmelo winning there after kind of a little bit of a mess up, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I'm really not happy with that because the play that Carmelo intended was still legal and would have resulted in Max being in a much stronger position.
Yeah.
It's only because of the mistake that got rewound
he had the information
that
now
he could make the correct play
yeah.
around what was in Max's hand. So I actually feel really bad for Max there, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But Max made...
It is his responsibility, though.
Yeah, yeah. Max also needs to ensure that the move is legal before letting it happen. So it's on both players.
Side decks?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Carmelo, let's see. He's going against Pendulum, so he's definitely going to be looking at the Twin Twisters. Don't does have artifacts, but he's likely going second. I can't read that because it's German.
Which one can't you read, sorry?
This one. I think it's
that
Cosmic
isn't-
Cyclone, right?
No, that is another artifact, dear. It is Lancia, I believe.
Ah, okay. What about you, Luke?
So we got some Cosmic Cyclones, some equally, I think that's equally matched in German. I'm not entirely sure. Denko Sekas. We may see the snipe happen. I don't really know. I did see him taking them out of his side deck, so I'm a little bit unsure as to why, because I don't think it's necessarily great in this matchup.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes for game 2 and that game 2 and 3. But Max is got to be super ready for the Spiral deck. He's probably gone through a lot of them to get to the top 32. Although then when you get to this situation and people are forgetting the materials of their extra deck monsters, that doesn't bode well for the rest of your tournament experience from this point onwards.
Yeah, you're super under pressure for this one, though.
Yeah,
This is the one where
that's
after
true.
this game, if you get the time, you have to take yourself to one side and really talk about kind of how
Yeah,
you
sort
get
of
how you're doing.
Get off the tilt
Yeah.
and get straight ready for it.
You have to untilt yourself. You gotta go get a spirit level.
Yeah, you.
For
Yeah,
the
you.
soul, for the soul.
Like even after you go through all this, you have to get your mind back in the tournament mode. If you spend your whole time hanging up on this, and I know it can be hard, especially then if you go on Facebook and you got people messaging you or something they're not always super friendly when situations like that come up. You've just kind of got to switch yourself off to it, get back into the zone, because otherwise you're going to go into your next round, and it's going to be Marcello Barbarian. He's not going to be phased by anything, and that's just a real possibility. So Max, I see him opening with Max C. I believe.
That's Black Fang.
Yes.
Then I don't know. I think that's Harmonizing.
Well, I can actually see Carmelo's cards a little bit better. We've got Spiral Rescue, Spiral Super Agent, Machine Duplication, and I can't make out one of those cards. It looks like Silent Swordsman level 5, but I know it's definitely not that. Gamma, because it's green.
Gamma.
There we go. And there we go, to make it easier for you guys. We've got it on the screen.
Maxi, Performer Pal Skull Cravat Joker, Double Iris Magician, Harmonizing Magician, Performer Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. The big red in Carmelo's hand as well.
The Gamma is super interesting here. Is this the only interaction that Carmelo has on this turn 1? And it might... Yep. But I believe...
Max actually drew Duelist
Duelist
Alliance.
Alliance is such an amazing card for Pendulum decks.
Oh, yes.
I was actually concerned when we printed this card. I was like, when we were originally talking about it, and then it was like, oh, actually, I need to consider Context Master Rule 4, but it's just so amazing.
Yeah. Double Iris. Duelist Alliance. What's he going to get, Matt?
It's the Pendulum Magician.
It's not Dante, I'll tell you that much.
It's the Sorcerer.
Yeah, Pendulum Sorcerer, sorry.
And that's a scale 2, and now he can pension something. He has another Performer Pal Pendulum Sorcerer in his hand, and a Harmonizing Magician, which will then let him get another Magician from his deck.
It's not Dante.
This is a really, really good hand, actually.
And yeah, he can also get back the Scroll Cravat Joker that was destroyed. Extremely strong setup for Max this turn.
Yeah, actually really good here. Really good setup for Max.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a shake. I'm not sure whether that's just what both of them do.
1, 2. Yeah, he just tries to arrange the chain. Max lost that last game and elected to go second, it seems, so he will have the opportunity to attack here. Unless I'm imagining something, because
No.
that must have been the case. Sorry, my mind is
No, you're right.
in the wrong place. So, Skull Cravat Joker being added. Iris, Double Iris Magician is also being destroyed, which then adds the Time Pendulum Graph trap card to Max's hand. This trap card is utterly absurd. as you keep taking away cards from players during both players' turns, and it gets even nastier if you find a way to stop cards being sent to the graveyard when it triggers, because then you send 2 cards with it. Max might be looking for his game shot this turn. No, he's not going to get. He's not going to get it. He's decided that's
Not the goal. This turn's all about setup. Being ready for anything. But will it backfire on him? It's a bold move. Let's see how it pays off.
Yeah. I'm just wondering whether he's going to go for star time. Or
Tornado
Okay,
Dragon.
Tornado.
Okay, he's anticipating a. Well, he can take out the back row card, and
Which is
also he
rescue.
has an answer for Spiral Resort or a big red if it was relevant. The check is now: can Time Magician be used as a material for some Harmonizing Magician be used as a material for something that isn't a magician?
Yeah, to be honest, I was thinking to myself, that has some kind of restriction. I just couldn't remember what it was.
If this mistake has happened again, I am going to question how. Yep.
Yeah, I think you can only use it for the summon of a magician monster. Yeah.
That might actually end up even being an upgraded penalty if
Yeah,
one's been issued.
All of the other materials have to be magician monsters.
Doesn't like that one was
Right,
issued.
So it can be used as a material for anything, but it has to be with another magician.
Within the magician, yeah.
There
Gold
we go.
Crobat Joker is a Joker, not a magician.
Yeah. No, it's performer pal. Yeah.
We're going to see Tornado Dragon. Max not using his Tornado Dragon on his turn.
Yeah, I would expect him to do that.
Because, yeah, he could definitely take that card out and then take a card out in his opponent's turn, but I think he'd rather hold back the material. He's obviously accepting that the face down card is not relevant to him. And if it is a continuous spell or trap, like Anti-Spell Fragrance, which is a nightmare for his deck, he'd rather see it before he starts throwing materials blindly. And here comes the Max C into the Gofu.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Oh, wow. What a draw. Max drew Ghost Ogre. He just passed. It looked like it anyway.
That is not a place that you want to be in as a Spiral player.
Absolutely not.
It is a purple Poison Magician on top of Max's deck.
Time Pendulum Graph.
Yep. And he's going to lose his trap. Spiral Mission Rescue being activated, which will allow Carmelo to add once per turn a Spiral monster from his graveyard back to his hand.
Yeah, for 3 turns.
Yeah, the missions were intended to be sort of like this notice will self-destruct after X amount of time. So that's why all the missions, we probably talked about this before, all the missions had a little countdown effect.
Yep, which is cool. Yeah, Rescue is Quick Fix being attacked by Sleeper Agent.
He's not a bad guy until he is. Let's give him a chance.
What? Wait until he becomes a bad guy? No chance.
It depends how you look at the world.
But you've literally just told me that he's going to be a bad guy.
But he could be a good guy. You
But
never
he's
know.
going to be a bad guy.
Eventually, but aren't we all?
No.
You've never felt some evil?
Are we going to start talking about about auras and chakras in a minute?
No, actually, I can't put myself through that. No, we'll just leave that where it is. Can you just hang your aura on the hook on the left? What?
I can see your aura. The shade of cooked chicken. Sorry. I'm just waiting. I'm trying to make Matt laugh all weekend.
It's so random. But here's the thing: if you could see auras, I wouldn't know what the color of that aura was.
Neither would I.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, we're going to see 2 materials. Proxy Dragon.
There we go. Made correctly.
I feel bad that we're saying that here in the top 32, to be honest. I'm a
Yeah, I
bit
know.
disappointed in both players. But they're going
Oh,
to
he's moving a lot quicker now.
they're going to tank it through, and
What's that he's made there?
Ingosu.
Okay.
they're going to tank it through, and they're just going to have to get better. It's like
I don't actually think he can do
he's
that.
got to use 2
Got-
link monsters.
Yeah.
Oh my days!
That's another rewind that's have to happen.
They're trying to play too fast. There we go. That's 2 and 2 effect monsters. Yeah, that's all effect monsters. So Boral alone. That's a legal Boral. I'm shocked at this, to be honest, guys.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home. Just make sure you take the extra second to check to make sure.
Yeah,
that
make sure you're still playing
everything-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, make sure that your plays are legal. And also, it's always okay to just pick up your opponent's card. Well, ask your opponent, and then just pick up and just read that card to see if something seems off.
Always remember to ask.
Yeah, you don't just
Hate
snatch
it when
that card.
people
Not
snatch
not
your
when
card.
something seems off. All of the time. Like check.
Check.
Check what's going on.
But ask.
Yeah, that's actually pretty huge. Taking the Tornado Dragon is now going to be able to, with the 2 materials, if Max chooses to not use it. Oh no! So now Carmelo has ways of disrupting Max from assembling a pendulum. I guess if you did take out the rescue can then be banished to bring back a Spiral monster. For example, Spiral Sleeper. Not Spiral Sleeper, Spiral Super Agent, which would have then took out the Pendulum card anyway. But then he wouldn't have been leaving his... I guess he ends up this way. This way he doesn't end up with a Super Agent.
What a
attacking him as well.
hand.
He did just get for a very successful Max C.
Yeah, dumped a lot into his hand. Just reminding him that he attacked over it.
Purple Poison, Double Iris.
Is that double iris? Yeah, it
it's
is.
Double Iris Magician.
He's got double iris and purple poison.
Where's he going from here?
So he just wants to get as many things in his hand as possible for him to do a massive pendulum summon. So, you know, Duelist Alliance, maybe even go get Star Pendulum Graph.
Actually,
Normal summon the
what's super
Joker.
irritating about having those magicians in the Pendulum scale is that Tornado Dragon is way, way, way less effective.
Yeah.
If he takes out the Purple Poison Magician, it will take away the Tornado Dragon,
That's
and then Duelist Alliance will come down, and Max will then just get another scale.
Yeah.
If he takes out the Double Iris will then could then get Star Pendulum Graph or Time Pendulum Graph, both of which are very strong cards.
Yep.
Best choice for Joker there. Absolutely getting the Harmonizing Magician. She's the most profitable to be pendulum summoned. I think he's going to run out of space here.
For his monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max should be in a super strong position at this point.
Like, I would definitely Desires.
Before the Pendulum Summon?
Yeah.
Here comes the desires.
Desires.
Just in case by
That's
some
a banished
miracle he draws
10.
like
5, 6,
Something.
7, 8, 9, 10. You're right.
2 cards to hand.
It's all an Astrograph
Good
Sorcerer.
range.
He did hit his other pot of Desires. How many is he playing of that, Luke? Is he going
Full
with full
3.
free?
Yeah.
Full free. That is strong.
It's
It's
I
very
think it's
risky.
correct. It's correct in this deck because you play 3 of basically everything. When you're not, you know, just able to lose to banishing your one-offs, I think 3 Pot of Desires is more correct. And you desperately need the cards in this as well. in this deck.
I'd always find myself double guessing myself and sticking at 2 in most cases.
2 is safe. 2 is completely safe. I think in general 2 is correct, but for certain decks that have
If you can get away with 3.
yeah, if they're playing like 3 of everything, so they don't mind banishing, you know, a few of something, that's completely fine. 3 is fine.
Here comes a big pendulum summon. Yeah, the problem is you get back the Perform Pulp Pendulum Sorcerer, you're kind of committing to using that as one of the materials for your next summon.
Yeah, if you can avoid pendulum summoning anything other than
Otherwise.
magicians. Yeah, harmonizing effect. This is the best kind of board. You get to go up to Star Time, possibly even
Hey,
an
Luke.
Omega.
Absolutely huge.
Are you looking at Zark?
Nah, he's not got a White Wing Magician.
Oh, but he could get it, right?
He could, yeah, he could have made Zark there. I don't think he doesn't play Zark. Oh,
Does he?
a minute. Oh no. I saw Supreme King Dragon Clear Wing and I was like super excited. Yeah, he plays various of the other Supreme King Dragons, but not Zark.
Doesn't play Zark, no.
Oh,
I think
he's
Zark
going
is
to
super
play
good,
Supreme King.
That's Clear Wing.
Clearwing. Materials, I believe, are 2 dark monsters, including. Well, you need a tuner because it's a synchro monster. Do you want to bring it up?
I
Because this
will
is one
do.
we've not seen much before, but
Hey, we'll come up on my app in a second.
super strong.
Just waiting a moment.
Yep. Press wing. I think it destroys all monsters your opponent controls when it's synchro summoned. Let's take a look. If this card is synchro summoned, you can destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Full stop. That's pretty good. Once per turn before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack.
Yeah.
If this card is in your graveyard, you can contribute 2 Supreme King Dragon monsters and special summon this card. Well, that's pretty strong. Synchro summon, clear target opponent's field.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And at this point, I believe we could just maybe straight up attack for game.
Yeah, that's definitely in there. He's also got the
Don't think so.
Purple Poison Magician in the
Almost.
Pendulum Zone for an extra 1200.
I think Purple Poison only applies if you attack a monster.
Is it only a monster?
Not 100% sure. I'd have to double check. No, it's just
it's
damage
just battle.
calculation, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
Dark
25,
Sarcaster.
12, 18, 18. Yeah. that's
Okay.
He's
Gonna
got
be
rescue
enough.
though.
He's
Oh,
got
yeah,
rescue.
okay. Good point.
Iris effect. Oh, God. Oh, wow.
It's time page.
Yeah, Carmelo is in.
In fact, you could just see Carmelo kind of nodding away, saying, yeah, that's me done.
Well, if that was the case, he should be picking up his cards because they must be running pretty close to time.
Yeah, they can't be too far away.
He scrapes by with just 400.
Oh, jeez.
The number of life draw. Here's the thing: if he draws a quick fix, he's in a very strong position
He
because he
got a
also
double
has.
summon.
He drew double summon, and we're going to see
Big red.
big red. If you time pendulum graphs, it takes out the big red. Then this duel is over.
Yeah, he doesn't know that though.
Oh, he knows he's going to lose his time pendulum graph if he doesn't do it. So
Yeah, I guess.
he's kind of. It makes sense to commit to it. And
Black Fang effect.
is there another rescue in the graveyard?
I don't believe there is.
Can Black Fang get itself?
I thought he got moved then, but
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, that's it. So it's 1-1.
Max evening the score thanks to a very timely Supreme King Crystal Wing.
Now we're going into game 3, guys. Any sort of changes do you think they'll be making to the side deck?
Carmelo, now going first, gets access to his Scythe engine if he wants to, but it's... I'm not sure if it's super effective in this matchup, if I'm
No,
entirely
not really.
honest. Like,
It hits. I think they use so many monster effects that it's ineffective.
from the extra deck, like the Purple Poison Magician is still super disruptive. You shut down their Pendulum Summon from the extra deck, but that's only ever going to be one card. They do have choice Xyz and Synchro monsters, but they can rely on their time Pendulum graph, so... I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if the Sanctum engine is... In theory, it should be very good, but I'm not sure.
And I think Sanctum's a great one. If he's playing Scythe, I think it's pretty good.
There's 2 minutes left.
There's Twin Twisters, Solemn Scolding. Solemn Scolding for Carmelo is pretty good. Imperial Order also extremely strong.
They get 3 minutes to decide, right?
Yeah.
They do. But since we're in the top cut, we have to have a winner. No more draws in this tournament.
It's likely we're going to see this game go into time.
What's kind of interesting is it's actually more beneficial for Carmelo to take the full-time siding, because if it does come to time, then they will roll to see who gets to go first, so potentially he could go first.
But Carmelo just lost, so he gets
Sorry,
to
other way
choose.
around. Other way
Oh,
around.
right,
Yeah,
so
Max.
for Max. Oh.
Yeah. So the person who just won, it actually is better for it to go to time now during the siding.
That's right. Both of these players want to wrap this match up as legitimately as possible and just decide to get on with it.
So here we go. The hands are loading in. I can see a Droll and Lockbird there. I can see a drone, 2 drones, a Super Agent. Can't tell what that spell card is from here. Trap card looks like maybe a rescue.
Yeah, that's rescue.
I think it's Twin Twisters, the spell card.
Yeah, Twin Twister sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right for that.
No, I can... Yeah, that seems about right.
I
Max
can
has Droll and Lockbird. That's...
2 Droll and Lockbirds. Harmonizing Magician, Performer Pal, Pendulum, Sorcerer, possibly. It's not actually giving me the full... Yeah, there it is.
There is time. Ghost Ogre being shifted to the top of the deck by Carmelo.
We're in top cut, so I believe we get less turns of time as well.
Indeed. It'll go 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is Carmelo's penultimate turn.
So Max gets 2 battle phases to Carmelo's 1.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his turns is going to be shut down by Droll and Lockbird.
Yep.
Out comes the first Helix. Searchy search. They put it the right way up for you.
No, wrong way.
Isn't that the right way?
No, wrong way. She would have been lent back. She was on her face. She was leaning on her face. So yeah, we're probably not going to have time for an interview after this match, just due to the fact we have 1 match left in the main already. So we're going to pretty much be done.
Yeah, you won't have to wait very long for the top 16 to take place.
No, definitely not.
Top Cut doesn't often have gaps.
No, by the time we get to here, it's usually one after another.
And we are going to see Droll and Lockbird played now. I don't know if Carmelo used the effects to add rescue to his hand. I guess not, because I can't see Carmelo's hand.
No, he had rescue from the start.
Ah, okay, so of course he didn't use his master plan.
No, we don't actually have his hand loaded in.
Rescue being activated so that Sleeper has something he can target with his own effect without targeting himself. That's a vulnerable position. That is very vulnerable because Carmelo knows that Max is holding Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and there's no last resort on that Sleeper. So if he uses the Sleeper, Max could throw down the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and clear the field.
There's Twin Twister.
And there's a
there's the
handshake.
handshake,
Yeah,
yeah.
the 1 Twin Twister solves everything.
Yeah, it didn't have any outs to it, really. It's like...
Yeah, the rest of his hand was like Droll and Lockbird, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and the Twin Twister was enough to get that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll come back to also a very quick post-match discussion. and a bag. There were so many mistakes in that game.
That was a
Yeah.
disaster.
That was disastrous. Like, just
Yeah.
just the sheer amount of not reading your cards going on.
Yeah, that was tough to watch,
Definitely.
to be honest.
Like,
Definitely.
Carmelo, while he did win that, he really needs to shape up his game for the rest of this tournament.
Yes. If any of those mistakes happen in later games, then he's going to get upgraded penalties, and he
Yeah.
really doesn't want that in the top cut.
It can be so punishing as well,
Yeah.
especially against those caliber opponents. And you don't want to get knocked out of the tournament for that. Like, he must have, he's gotten this far to get the nerves and get tilted here and make these kinds of mistakes
Yeah.
is, well, it sucks for him, and it's also unacceptable for the rest of the thing. I mean,
Definitely.
that was a bit of a massive game, but he did get there in the end, and he will be progressing to the top 16 of this tournament.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, as you said, there was only
We're the
one
last
table
match.
left.
Yeah,
we
we're the last
we
match
are
right
the
now.
last match. So we should end this here. We'll be back very soon with more content from YCS London 2017.